One thing that people ought to understand about the project is that Zapotec is very much a living language in Mexico. There are several hundred thousand people who speak Zapotec. Um, but unfortunately, most of those people cannot actually read early documents in their own language. So if you can think of English speakers who would not actually be able to read early English literature, like Milton, for example, or Spanish speakers who were not able to read Cervantes. So the problem is that the art of reading these documents has kind of been lost. And now, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to reconstruct the way to read these texts, and we're trying to make them accessible both to linguists in the US and Mexico, but also Zapotec people who want to be able to read their own historical documents. Certain kinds of constructions that are used in modern Zapotec don't necessarily have the same meanings in early colonial Zapotec. So what we're doing is we're reconstructing about 400 to 500 years of linguistic history, and we're reconnecting the speakers of these languages with their own heritage. We think that there are probably about 500,000 speakers of Zapotec languages. Originally, they come from Oaxaca, which is in southern Mexico, but they've also immigrated to other parts of Mexico, and there are large Zapotec populations in the US as well. Los Angeles, for example, has thousands of speakers of Zapotec languages. So one of the things that linguists who work on Zapotec are trying to do is we're trying to travel around to the different communities of Zapotec speakers, record their languages, document them, so that we're able to understand the history of Zapotec people, the diversity of the languages, the different ways in which Zapotec languages have developed over the last 2,000 years. The Ticha Project, I think, is a great example of a collaboration between some people who specialize in linguistics, particularly understanding the structure of Zapotec languages, but then also with a librarian, Laurie Allen, here at Haverford, who's been very instrumental in getting the project running for us, as well as an ethnohistorian, uh, Michelle Odike from UNAM, the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico, and a graduate student in anthropology from Albany, Enrique Valdivia. So we brought both linguistic, anthropological, and historical perspectives, as well as the librarian's perspective, on how to put these texts together. The goal of Teacher is to take these texts, allow someone to see an image of the original document, but also see a transcription of it, as well as a translation and a linguistic interpretation, plus some commentary that gives the sort of anthropological and historical context that you need to understand these documents, what they say, and the meaning they had in the original context in which they were created.